Cue the dramatic intro. What if I told you guys there's a superpower within all of us that you can unlock to instantly transform your life into becoming the best version of yourself, and you can start it today after watching this video? Well, by the end of this video, I'm not only going to explain to you what this secret superpower is, how you can unlock it, but I'm also going to show you guys and explain ways in order for you to maintain this superpower once it's unlocked and use it towards your advantage in whatever way that is. So with no further ado, if that interests you, we're gonna talk about it right now. If you like content like this, be sure to hit that like button. Let's dive into this topic. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase. The number one thing all men must master in this life in order to become the best versions of themselves, move themselves out of the average herd of people into the top 1%, is sexual discipline. And without this discipline, you are no better off than the average animal. So this is what separates us between the animals and divine. Essentially, we were given a mind and the ability to choose what we do with this mind, what we let in this mind. Unlike the animals that just go and do whatever their instinct tells them to, their evolutionary instinct tells them is okay to do. They have no rationing or no reasoning behind what to do. They just do it. That's why your Aunt Fifi's Chihuahua just humps the couch, because he has no way of disciplining himself into mastering this ability. I know that's a funny example, but it's true, guys. So we are given a mind for a reason, and I'm going to explain to you how we can use this discipline and have complete mastery over it in our lives as men. And if you're a young man watching this, you are going to be miles and light years ahead of all the men around you. So you're probably asking yourself, why out of all the disciplines is sexual discipline the most important? Well, number one, if you do not master this discipline, sex will just consume your mind and will prevent you from planning and organizing your thoughts methodically in order to execute upon whatever goal or dream that you have in your mind. You will just be constantly bombarded with thoughts of women, 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 sex, 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 and you won't be able to focus. And the next reason why this is the most important thing to master ahead of something like, someone might argue, financial discipline or health and fitness discipline, is because let's just say you do have financial discipline and you've built up your savings account, you have an abundance of money based on your ability to create and maintain wealth and build off of that. You will lose all of that money and toil it away trying to chase and maintain women, and not conquering that mastery of being content with yourself, channeling those emotions and those hormones of intimacy, of sex, towards your goal and your purpose, and instead just spreading your seed, looking to find ways to spread your seed on dating apps or going out to clubs and bars late at night, staying up late. You know the deal. Another example of why sexual discipline is the most important discipline to master ahead of something like even health and wellness, in my opinion, is because just because you have health, wellness, or fitness, such as an athlete like Zion Williamson on the Pelicans, he has all of those things. He's cultivated the basketball physique and the mindset to be an excellent basketball player, be one of the best dunkers that we've ever seen in the NBA. All of these things have created an abundance lifestyle for him in that regard. But on the other hand, he is lacking in sexual discipline. And because he's lacking in sexual discipline and all these different women have his children, now he has to not only pull himself away from his purpose, which is basketball, being the best player he can be, but he is paying them out of his own salary that he's worked for his entire life. So that's pulling him away from his wellness, health, and fitness goals as well. And he's not the only athlete, so I'm not taking shots at him or anything personal by calling him out. This has happened countless times. This is just the most recent accusation and thing that we've seen in the news recently. With all that being said, yes, sexual discipline is extremely difficult, especially if you're a young man, but you have to look at it on the bright side. sex is a huge motivator. And if you use this energy and these hormones that are cultivated through this desire that you have, that's going to be a temporary motivation, right? But what I want you guys to do is be motivated and inspired from within. And you can, through these practices, channel that life force creative energy that is being brought forth through that desire into whatever it is you were put on this planet to do. And hopefully that is to help improve the lives of other people in some way, shape, or form. But sex can't be your biggest motivator. You have to be your biggest motivator. It has to come from within, and it cannot come from without. So how do we master sexual discipline? Well, the first thing you need to do is learn how to regulate and monitor something I call your EMCs. These stand for your environments, your medias, and your conversations. We'll talk about the first one, environments. So when you're in an environment that is undisciplined or can cause you to be triggered in a sexual way, such as a club, a bar, a certain party, a certain gym, a beach, whatever it is, we all have our own triggers, no judgment here. You know what they are. Try your best to avoid places like that that might cause you to fall into undisciplined. Wait. So you're essentially saying I can't have any fun, I can't go anywhere? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you know what triggers you. I'm not saying to go be a monk and live up in the caves in the Himalayas somewhere and just meditate and pray all day. I'm saying that just be aware of your environments and what causes you to trigger. Once you master these things, and it takes time, you're able to go in environments that are like this, because sometimes it's inevitable that we're going to be in environments like this, and you'll be able to have self-control and restraint over where you let your mind go, because that's really what it is. You have to master your mind first before you can go into these environments in order to maintain discipline sexually. So M stands for medias. It sounds pretty simple. You're basically going to regulate and monitor what goes in your eyes and in your mind eventually, because that's what happens. You see something and it imprints on your mind. So you want to be aware of what you're looking at on these social media platforms, TV shows, movies, websites. We all know our triggers. I don't need to get into details. Each is their own. We know what can set us off and lead us down sexual undiscipline and knock us off our purpose and lead us to spilling our seeds. C stands for conversations. And I know what you're thinking. How does conversations have anything to do with being sexually disciplined? Well, we all have that one friend or maybe a couple friends that can never stop talking about women's bodies, checking girls out whenever you're out. Their head's constantly on a swivel. We had a term for that in basketball, because you're constantly looking for where the ball is on the court, because you don't want to obviously be caught off guard and drop the ball and not know what to do. And this is essentially how your friend is. He's so thirsty that his head is just constantly on a swivel, looking and checking out women. Therefore, it is extremely important that we monitor what we hear, because we are auditory creatures as well as visual. And there's a reason why human beings love storytelling. We've been doing it since the beginning of civilization. And 50 Shades of Grey up till this date has sold over 200 million copies. I'm not talking about the movie, the book. So conversations, words, things that we hear, things that paint a picture in our mind off of the page that we're reading or the conversations we're hearing, are extremely impactful and powerful as to how it imprints on our subconscious mind and eventually plays out in space and can lead you down the path of sexual undiscipline. Going back to the friend example, maybe you have a friend out there that's constantly talking about women's bodies whenever you're with him, or his sexual escapades. Kindly ask him to please stop discussing those things with you and talk about something more impactful and meaningful in life. And if he doesn't listen to you and respect your boundaries that you're trying to set with this new disciplined mindset that you're trying to master, then excuse yourself from that relationship. You don't have to say why. Another thing you can do in order to master sexual discipline is to take cold showers and transmute that energy into fuel for your life's purpose. So the reason I say cold showers is because cold showers causes you to face head on, first thing in the morning, an obstacle or a challenge, endure that challenge or obstacle, and then overcome it. and you feel that sense of completion when it is done. This is essentially training you to master your mind. And this is what sexual discipline is all about. It's training your mind. So when you overcome something like a cold shower every single day, and you put yourself through that obstacle, knowing that at any moment when you're in the cold shower and your mind's telling you can get out or you can turn up the heat and you choose not to do it, you are overcoming the weak mindset that all our minds tend to just have. And I know I personally have it when I first get in that cold shower. And this has helped lead to other disciplines in other areas of my life. And it also restricts blood flow to your happy region. And basically all you can think about is just getting out of the shower. So if you have any urges or anything that was on your mind that could lead you to distraction, it's instantly gone because you're just like thinking about when you can get out of the shower and focusing on your breathing. So now that you've done these things, you're going to take this stored up energy that you haven't just spilled out recklessly, and you're going to cultivate it and transmute it into something that will fuel your purpose and your dreams and what you want to do, because now you have all this excess energy to do that. You're not just passed out after busting gallons and sitting on the couch, sitting on the bed, laid out, taking a nap. So the process of transmutation, and I can make a video going into depth about cold showers and sexual transmutation. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. Essentially converts this energy and these hormones of sex and converts it into energy that you can use towards building up your body, building up your health, building up your finances, and whatever goals you have in life. It's the act of transmuting that same energy and that desire towards something of greater value. Lack of sexual discipline is the #1 thing holding back the modern male from unlocking the best version of himself. The earlier you can understand this concept, put it into practice, and master this discipline, the more calm, serene, and abundant your life will be. Nobody can switch this light bulb on in your mind and make this change for you. It has to come from within you and within you alone. The main reason why the modern day woman is out earning the modern day man is because she's mastered sexual discipline, and if need be, she can manipulate the average weak male into giving up his finances and his dreams and his goals and his aspirations for hers. I understand that mastering sexual discipline can be extremely difficult, especially when you're first starting, but the rewards and how you feel at the end when you have full control over your mind and where you direct it, and hopefully that's towards something that helps mankind and yourself and your loved ones, you're going to feel a sense of freedom and control again. And I want all of you guys to experience that. That is why I made this video. And I hope this speaks to someone out there, even if it's just one person, that can soak in and really understand what I'm saying and apply some of these principles to their life. If you learned anything from this video and you want other people to get this type of content, hit that like button for me. It gets this video out to more people in YouTube and whatever media platform you're watching this on. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and you like self-improvement content, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed rest of your day.